final score on a no-hitter by Kevin Brown.
Welcome to Fenway Park for this 2002 matchup between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Let's now join commentators Sean McDonough and Jerry Remy with the starting lineups here on ESPN Classic.
Randy Wynn in center field has put together a 12-game hitting streak. Steve Cox at first base. Toby Hall, the catcher and cleanup hitter. Ben Grieve in right field. Greg Vaughn off to a dreadful start, the DH, batting sixth. Brent Abernathy at second base. Russ Johnson will play third, and batting ninth, the shortstop Felix Escalona against Derek Lowe.
3-1 for Derek Lowe. The 2.73 ERA is seventh best in the American League at this point. Opponents only hitting 169. The only guy with a better record than that is Pedro Martinez. Derek with
the first pitch fouled off by Jason Tyner.
Derek with back-to-back wins against the Yankees and last time out against Kansas City.
Tyner runs well. Hillenbrand's in on the edge of the grass at third as Jason chops one foul along the first base line. 247 for Tyner. No homers and 5 runs batted in. Been up 89 times with 21 hits. Just one extra base hit, a double. He got jammed and dribbled another one foul off first. Our first look at the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Red Sox played them for the first time here last night. Boston won the ballgame 4-2. Another strong start for John Burkett. Hal McRae, the manager of the Devil Rays. They are 9-12. Good for third place right now in the American League East. Tyner swings and misses at the curveball. And a good start for Lowe. He strikes out the first batter of the afternoon.
Strikeout high for Derek Lowe was 9. That was against the Yankees. Had 4 in his last outing against Kansas City. Curveball doing the honors to pick up the strikeout against Jason Tyner.
"55 degrees. Don't let the sunshine fool you. It's a little bit chilly here at the ballpark today, particularly if you're in the shade. Threat of rain here tomorrow when these two teams will try to wrap up the series. Lowe's first pitch, a strike to Randy Wynn. As we mentioned during the starting lineups, he's hit in 12 games in a row, raising his average up to 322. A homer and 16 runs batted in. Close, but a ball. That hitting streak for Wynn matches the longest of his career. He hit in 12 in a row back in 1998. Before he started the streak, he was hitting 152, so he's changed it around in a hurry. Breaking ball missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. In the air in left center field. Ricky Henderson is playing center field today, and he makes the catch. On the edge of the warning track, Johnny Damon with a minor hamstring injury last night. They don't think it's anything serious, but he did leave the ball game, and they're being extra careful with him today. So Ricky gets the start in center field. He came in and played last night. After Damon departed, Ramirez and Nixon, the left and right fielders, Hillenbrand, Garcia, Parra, Sanchez, and Offerman, giving Tony Clark another day off. Jose at first and Jason Varitek behind the plate. Hit hard by Steve Cox, but right to Nomar, and it's an easy 1-2-3 first inning for Derek Lowe. After a half inning, the Devil Rays nothing. The Red Sox coming up. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Picking the right car insurance is easy. You start with 2 identical cars with the same coverage. One through Progressive, the other through 21st Century. Both cars are covered, so both cars get repaired. But drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $550 a year. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Insurance.
Dig it, 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 21st.
21st Century Insurance here with 2 identical cars, or what used to be cars. One was covered by them, the other by 21st. There's been some damage. Both were covered against total loss, so both cars can be replaced. Here's the difference, though. Drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $508 a year. Now, that is a crushing blow. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Auto Insurance.
Dig it, 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 21st.
You know what's smarter than getting a smartphone? Selling your old phone at usell.com. All I did was go to usell.com, type in my phone, clicked on the model, then answered a few simple questions like, is the unit working? Which accessories do you have? And boom! I got tons of offers from tons of companies, and well, you just saw how fast. The top offer was $59. $59 cash for this. And newer phones, you can get up to $200. Cha-ching, baby! Now, who doesn't need cash? I do. Usell.com gets you the best price with their max cash guarantee. If you find a better price elsewhere, they'll pay you the difference. Who else is going to do that? Now, the thing is, you want to do it now, because these things, they lose value every day. Usell.com will get you cash for a whole lot more, like tablets, cameras, gaming devices, MP3 players, and more. So go to Usell.com and get cash for your old stuff right now. Usell.com. The smart way to turn your old cell phone into cash to help pay for your new phone.
Quick search, more choice, more cash. Usell.com.
Two teams will skate away with a spot in the championship. 2012 Men's Frozen Four. April 5th on ESPNU and ESPN2.
A 9-pitch, 1-2-3 first inning for Derek Lowe. Now the Red Sox getting ready to come to bat. Their lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Red Sox with a record of 14-6, a game ahead of New York in the American League East. Ricky Henderson, the center fielder today, leading off. Jose Offerman at first. Nomar Garcia-Parra, the shortstop. Batting third, he's riding an 11-game hit streak. Manny Ramirez, the left fielder and cleanup hitter. Brian Daubach, the DH today. Shea Hillenbrand is at third and batting sixth. Jason Varitek, the catcher. Trot Nixon in right field. And batting ninth, the second baseman Ray Sanchez against the 24-year-old rookie right-hander Delvin James.
Only his third major league start was called up on April 15th. That's when Wilson Alvarez was put on the disabled list. Pitched a couple of games, got the loss in his first outing against Detroit. 5 2/3 last time against Baltimore. Had to leave that game with a slight muscle strain in his right hip. So that's something we'll be watching for today. Out of college, this guy, out of high school, he was drafted to play outside linebacker for Oklahoma State University. Chose baseball instead.
Here's Ricky Henderson ready to lead off. Hitting .269. No homers and no runs batted in. Ricky has appeared in 8 games at 26 at bats with 7 hits. He does have experience in center field, although it's been a while. It's his first start in center field since July 30th of 1998. Back then he was playing for Oakland and started a game in center against the Red Sox. He has appeared in 108 games in his career in center field. And he hits one high in the air and left. Jason Tyner back at the wall. That ball's gone. Off one of the poles that supports the screen. A home run for Ricky Henderson. His first homer and first run batted in as a member of the Red Sox. And it's a very quick 1-0 Boston lead. '80th career leadoff home run, adding to Ricky's major league record. Almost twice as many as the next highest total, Brady Anderson.
Jumped on that fastball. Ricky knew it as soon as he made contact. Watch the bat just drop in front of home plate. And the trot begins.
Jose Offerman pulls one foul. The Red Sox continue to take the opposing pitchers deep with regularity. 30 homers now for Boston. This is just the 21st game of the season for the Red Sox. They're 4th in the American League right now in home runs. Only Oakland, New York, and Cleveland have hit more. And all of those teams have played 3 or 4 more games than the Red Sox. 1-2 on Offerman, a .294 hitter to date. 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. Well hit ball, played on a hop nicely by Brent Abernathy. Wide throw, and Offerman safe. Throw high into the home plate side of the bag, and no chance for Steve Cox. So Offerman is aboard with nobody out.
Probably go as an error on the second baseman. If the throw's on target, they do have Jose at first base. Abernathy made a nice play on the backhand, but the throw is going to sail up the line on him.
No word on the scoring yet. Joe Gigliotti, the longtime terrific sports writer for the Herald, now in retirement, is the official score today. Nomar Garcia-Parra had a hit off the third base bag last night to extend his hitting streak to 11 games. His average now .316, 3 homers and 13 runs batted in. He's hit safely in 16 of the 18 games in which he's played this year. Ball low. And a strike over the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike on Garcia-Parra. He'll be followed by Manny Ramirez. Offerman is running. Garcia-Parra pops it up by the Red Sox dugout. It'll be out of play.
Brady Little had a couple of decisions to make today. Obviously, with Offerman playing first base defensively, they're a little bit short in the outfield. So if they had Jose as DH, they would lose him if they had to put him in the outfield for some reason. And then Trot Nixon possibly going to center, but Ricky obviously has not played much right field in his career and more comfortable in center field.
Well, he did score the Offerman ground to second as an error on Abernathy. Low and away. 3-2. Talking to some of the Devil Ray people about Delvin James, they think he is talented but raw, still a work in progress, has good stuff, has trouble repeating his delivery. As a result, one pitch will be perfect and the next pitch is all over the place, and he just committed a balk, according to the first base umpire Gary Darling.
I think what he did is he bent that front knee. If there's any kind of bend at all on the front knee prior to going to first base, it should be called a balk. That's the signal anyway that Darling gave over at first. Al McRae wants to question it. He'd like to educate his pitcher on why that was called a balk.
Well, that's part of the process of managing a young team. Hal's going to continue over to talk to Gary Darling, and at the rate at which Hal is moving, this will end somewhere around 3:30.
Well, you're not supposed to argue balks. You're not allowed to do that, but I think he just wants to question him what the reason for the balk call and then explain it to his pitcher. Because apparently the pitcher has no clue.
Hal had a lot better speed when he played.
Yes, he did. He could take out some second basemen too. Let's take a look if there's any movement there. Hard to tell from there. It looked like that front leg lifted up, stopped, and then won again. The other thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to step toward first base. You can't spin and throw to first base. Maybe that was the call.
Now the 3-2 to Nomar. Tied him up, but it looked like a hanging breaking ball, and it's popped up in shallow center for Randy Wynn for the first out of the inning. Here's Manny Ramirez, red hot. It's average up to .362. Pulls it down the third. A grass cutter for Russ Johnson on to Steve Cox for the out. Offerman still at second. Manny dispatched on one pitch.
Batting fifth, number 23.
Red Sox lead 1-0 here in the first on a leadoff homer by Ricky Henderson. Here's Brian Daubach off to a good start with sporadic playing time. 7 for his last 13. Raise his average to 342. 3 homers and 7 runs batted in just 38 at bats. We've been talking about it for a while as he continues to hit well, and Tony Clark has continued to struggle. Increasingly, it makes more sense to give Daubach more of an opportunity, and he's getting it now. Clark did not start last night's game, nor is he in the starting lineup today in the midst of another slump. 2 for his last 18. He had an 0 for 23 earlier.
Grady said that Clark was going to have yesterday off, today, and probably be back in the lineup tomorrow.
Assuming they play, let's hope the forecast is not correct. And I know you have been studying all of your charts and satellites. And
we got some heavy stuff coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what they say. Something like a all-day rain. But you never know. Occasionally, you and your colleagues who specialize in forecasting the weather are wrong. And that's what we'll hope for tomorrow.
I hope I'm wrong also. Maybe we'll get a window of opportunity from 1 to 4. That would be nice. Certainly more comfortable today for the players. Last night cold and windy here at Fenway Park.
And sunshine makes a difference. Still a breezy day. The west wind at 15 miles per hour as the ball game begins. Another breaking ball that missed. 2-2 on Daubach. Breeze blowing straight out toward right field today. Ryan's the 5th batter of the first inning. Out of play and left. Shea Hillenbrand on deck. Offerman runs, and the pitch is strike 3. Daubach called out on a breaking ball. First strikeout for Delvin James. For the Red Sox have a run on the home run by Ricky Henderson. 1-0 Red Sox after 1 at Fenway.
Bounce any checks lately? These days, banks can charge up to $30 a pop. But what about those checks you have to write? Call or go to moneymutual.com. We have the largest network of short-term lenders who could get you up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. No more bounced checks, no collection calls, no shut-off of services. Just be 18 or older with a minimum income of $800 a month. For short-term cash when you need it fast, go to moneymutual.com or call 1-800-585-CASH now.
Bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. 2 outs, full count. Longoria steps to the plate. Victory. Bautista steps up to the plate. The crowd is on their feet. Here comes the pitch. He swings. That ball's deep. Going. And the outfielder gets under it. Perfect game.
Attention diabetics covered by Medicare. You may qualify in minutes for a new talking blood glucose meter absolutely free.
Hello. If you're living with diabetes, then we both know how important it is to test your blood glucose regularly. This is why I'm excited to tell you about this revolutionary new talking meter that has friendly voice assistance for error-free use, requires no coding when you change strips, eliminates those painful finger pricks by allowing alternate site testing, and is up to 15% more accurate than other meters. To get your free talking meter and testing supplies at no cost, call Ion My Diabetes today. And just for contacting us, you'll receive a free 1-year subscription to Ion My Diabetes magazine.
So if you or a loved one have diabetes and are covered by Medicare, call 1-800-491-8106. That's 1-800-491-8106. Representatives are standing by now.
And the park looks terrific here on Kids Opening Day. Lots of activities for the youngsters. They had the opening day type lineups with the players accompanied by young fans out to the lines as they were introduced. We had a youngster doing the public address announcing over there with Ed Brickley.
Tampa Bay, number 44, Toby Hall.
That young fan just introduced Toby Hall, the leadoff hitter, the catcher for the Devil Rays. And Derek Lowe's first pitch is a strike to Hall. Hall, Grieve, and Vaughn coming up. We'll keep you updated throughout the day on the activities at the Fleet Center. Game 5, the Canadians and Bruins, and Montreal off to a quick 0-0 lead. A 1-0 lead on a goal by Bill Lindsay less than 2.5 minutes in. 1-0 Montreal. The series tied at 2 wins apiece, and no reports of fisticuffs yet, but a lot of ugliness after that episode the other night up in Montreal.
I thought somebody'd go probably within the first 30 seconds of that game.
Chopped on the left side and picked up by Hillenbrand across to Offerman for the out.
John Flaherty got the start behind the plate last night. Toby Hall back in the lineup today. He's been struggling some offensively. 0 for his last 16 now. Slipped right back in a cleanup spot today, though, for Hal McRae.
Talking to Joe McGrain, the longtime major league pitcher, now the commentator for the Devil Rays. He thinks that Hall is going to be an all-star someday. Has that type of ability.
He looked good last year. He got called up. We saw quite a bit of him at the end of last season, and pretty impressive.
Ben Grieve with a swing and a miss for strike one. 282 for Grieve, the former first-round pick of the Oakland Athletics. 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. He's 1 for his last 10, coming on the heels of a stretch during which he hit safely in 11 out of 12. Devil Rays have not hit many home runs. They have 13 for the entire year, and Grieve has 5 of them. But it's been 9 games since he hit one. Well ahead of his power pace of last year. He didn't hit his 5th homer until mid-June last year. He's more of a line drive hitter. Swung over the top of that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the second of 19 meetings between the Red Sox and the Devil Rays. They'll play 6 more games in the next 10 days. And so far, Grady Little and the Red Sox have done a very good job of taking advantage of the favorable month of April schedule.
The other thing too, Sean, is the Yankees doing a good job out west. They won 2 out of 3 against Oakland. They beat Seattle last night.
Sanchez handles the easy bouncer.
You would hope this was a time where the Red Sox could maybe put a little spread between themselves and New York, but the Yankees also playing very good baseball, only a game out of first place.
For Tampa Bay, number 23, Greg Vaughn, designated hitter.
Here's Greg Vaughn having a miserable go of it, hitting just 113 with 5 runs batted in. He has the lowest batting average in the major leagues among those who qualify with enough at bats. 7 for his last 75. Went 2 for 5 in their opening game against the Tigers. 7 for 75. 0 for his last 22. A couple of Orioles, and then Tony Clark and Carl Everett off to a very slow start with the Texas Rangers. Saw where John Hart said maybe the activity on his knee over the winter, he had some surgery. It's still affecting Everett.
They had to take him out of center field. He was not able to cover much ground out there coming off the knee surgery. Felt like maybe he rushed a little bit too soon to get back at the end of spring training. Vaughn also has gone 159 at bats without a home run, and that's really unusual for him.
By far the longest drought of his career. You have to go all the way back to last August 5th, 48 games ago, since he hit a home run. High chopper down to Hillenbrand. A 1-2-3 inning on 3 groundouts for Derek Lowe after an inning and a half. 1-0 Red Sox. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
4 #1 seeds land in Denver with mile-high dreams. First, the Huskies and the Irish meet again. This time, title hopes are on the line. Then, Brittany Griner and Baylor are 2 wins away from a historic 40-0 season. But they'll have to overcome Stanford's Sister Act and the Cardinals' championship drive. The Women's Basketball Championship, Final 4. UConn Notre Dame at 6:30. Stanford Baylor at 8:30. Sunday on ESPN.
Opening night. Cardinals Marlins, Wednesday at 7 on ESPN.
Here's Brent Abernathy hitting .237, a homer and 4 runs batted in. Breaking ball looked pretty good, but called ball 1. Abernathy 0 for his last 10, 4 for his last 26. Sinker missed. 2-0. He made his major league debut here at Fenway last June. And homered for his first major league hit off Rich Garces. He's been their starting second baseman virtually ever since. Part of this very young Devil Ray team. They're the youngest team in the major leagues. An average age of just over 27. The Red Sox have one of the oldest teams based on average age at over 31 years old. Red Sox 25th. Ball 4 low. The Rays also are the most inexperienced team. Their average major league tenure on their roster a little bit over 2 years of major league experience. So they are hoping that they are building for the future.
Now batting for Tampa Bay, Russ Johnson, third base.
There's a strike. See, he's adjusting already. He was much better at handling the echo that time.
Ed Brickley better watch out.
Yeah. You never know when they're going to go to the youth movement. Make some changes over in that control booth. 233 for Johnson. Broken bat roller to second. Sanchez flips to Garcia Parra, who wisely held onto it. The ball was hit slowly. They didn't have a chance to double up Johnson. Safe on a fielder's choice with 1 out.
See how quickly, though, Sanchez gets that ball out of the glove and that shuffle pass over to Garcia Parra to get that force out. Get the lead man at second base. Some second basemen won't even try this. They just got the first to get the sure out, but Sanchez with that sidearm flip gets the out.
Tampa Bay,
Here's Felix Escalona, the shortstop. And Chris Gomez a day off. Johnson runs. Escalona hits a high chopper to third. Hillenbrand a strong throw to get him. 2 down, and now Johnson in scoring position.
Now, you would certainly think that Hal McRae and the Devil Rays would try to do quite a bit of that when they get base runners. Lowe is ground ball pitcher, try to stay away from double plays. And because they have some action that time, they do get a man in scoring position. Canadian 2, Bruins nothing, still in the first.
Olaf Petrov with the goal late in the period. They're told to no fisticuffs so far. They went through more than the first half of the period without a penalty in the game. Jason Tyner, the batter, he struck out swinging, leading off the game. We're in the top of the third, 1-0 Red Sox. Ball 1 up and away. Tyner has put together a 7-game hitting streak, his longest of the season. Always a threat to bunt. His 4 bunt singles at a club record 14 bunt singles last year, 5th highest total in the major leagues. The Devil Rays will try anything to get this offense going. They've been particularly anemic on the road. Their team batting average on the road in 9 road games coming into today, 212, the lowest road average in the major leagues. They're averaging just 3 runs per game on the road. Got just 2 here last night. Rolled down to first. Offerman plays it himself, and the Devil Rays strand their first runner of the ball game. After 2.5, 1-0 Red Sox.
There's a lot of home improvement centers out there, but does paying more for less mower really improve anything? That's why Sears brought the latest Craftsman line here, to put our money where our mouth is. Welcome to the turf war. Compare any Craftsman tractor, mower, or trimmer to any other brand, and we guarantee Sears has the lowest price. You won't find a better deal there or there. And if you do, we'll match it and give you up to $100 to spend on anything at Sears. It's a turf war, because your lawn is worth fighting for. Want proof? See our prices and theirs at Sears.com/compare.
Picking the right car insurance is easy. You start with 2 identical cars with the same coverage. One through Progressive, the other through 21st Century. Both cars are covered, so both cars get repaired. But drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $550 a year. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Insurance.
Dig it, 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 21st.
21st Century Insurance here with 2 identical cars, or what used to be cars. One was covered by them, the other by 21st. There's been some damage. Both were covered against total loss, so both cars can be replaced. Here's the difference, though. Drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $508 a year. Now that is a crushing blow. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Auto Insurance.
Dig it, 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 21st.
You guys seen my watch?
No.
Hey, look.
Thanks.
Huh. My retainer. So fixed.
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
What are you guys doing?
I think we found Kyrie Irving.
ESPN, your NBA destination for games Wednesdays and Fridays.
ESPN Fantasy Baseball. Every fan should play. Sign up for free at ESPN.com.
Here's Ricky Henderson to begin the bottom of the third. He led off the Red Sox first with a homer. Over the wall and left. Ricky's first home run and first run batted in as a member of the Red Sox. Elman James missed outside. He's allowed just 2 hits to this point. The homer by Henderson and a Nixon double off the wall in center. 1 strikeout for James. Ricky hits that one high and deep in left center. And that's almost out of here as well. About 3/4 of the way up on the wall. It'll be a long single for Ricky.
Looked like Ricky thought maybe he had another home run. By the time he got to first base, I think he was surprised the ball stayed in the ballpark. Just watching it go off the wall, then it hits the wall, but Ricky at that point cannot make second base.
Well, there's no excuse for that.
One thing he can do is quickly turn it into a steal and get that double.
He should be at second already.
Ricky with 1 steal so far for the Red Sox has not yet been caught. That steal came right here at Fenway Park on the last homestand.
Hoffman turned as if to bunt, throw down to first, and Henderson is back. Toby Hall trying to catch him by surprise. Hoffman reached on a throwing error by the second baseman Abernathy in the first inning. Moved to second on a balk and was stranded. 1 run, 3 hits now for Boston. No runs, no hits, and an error for Tampa Bay. Lowe 1-1. That one's high, and now Hall wants to chat with James.
It's almost like with the speed at first base, it's taking him away from his game, rushing the ball to home plate.
There's a strike. Ricky again back to first. The Red Sox certainly had their way with the Devil Rays last year. They won 14 of the 19 games between the two. It's the most wins against one opponent in a season for the Red Sox since they won 14 against Detroit in 1976. At one point last year, the Red Sox won 11 in a row against Tampa Bay. They won the first 11 meetings last year with the Devil Rays. Ricky runs, and the pitch is ball 4. So the first 2 men are on here in the 3rd inning as the Red Sox try to add to a 1-0 lead.
Well, you mentioned, Sean, the Devil Rays, the youngest team, and at least now they seem to be going in the right direction, focusing on young players, developing them. Seems the proper way to go.
Here's Nomar. He flied to center in the first. Way outside, ball 1. Outfield straight away for Garcia-Parra. And he hits that to the outfield in left center. Didn't quite catch it all. Win the catch, and the runners return. Henderson to second and Hoffman to first.
Sounded like that may have been toward the end of the bat for Nomar. Not much carry on it at all, and I think even Garcia-Parra is a little bit surprised. Yeah, a little bit toward the end. Didn't get it on the sweet spot.
One out in the batter, Manny Ramirez. He grounded to third in the first inning. James took too long for Manny. You asked out. With the 0 for 1 today with men in scoring position, he's still hitting .600. 9 for 15 with 2 homers with runners in scoring position this year. Ball held it there for an extra look for Steve Ripley. Tough to tell what was wrong with that one.
That's one that should fall in the category of a high strike. Looked like it'd be just above the belt.
That's supposed to be a strike. And that is a ball. 2-0. James almost made their team out of spring training. Pitched very well down in Florida. Got a 1.53 ERA in the spring, but they sent him to Durham, their AAA club, at the start of the year, and then he got called up when Wilson Alvarez went on the disabled list on April 15th. 40 minor league wins. It's not really a mark you want to have, but he is third all-time in the Devil Rays organization in minor league wins. That's not the list you want to be on. You want to get to the major leagues before you win that many games. But if you're down there, you want to pitch well. He's thrown 49 pitches already. He pitched more innings in the minors in '99 and 2000 than any other member of the Devil Rays organization. Nacogdoches, Texas. Jerry mentioned had a scholarship offer to go play football at Oklahoma State, but turned it down. He was drafted by the Devil Rays, played baseball, football, basketball, cross country, and track while he was in high school. There's a strike, 2-1. Out of play to the right. Second baseman Abernathy's been stationed close to the second base bag, trying to keep Ricky as close as he can. This is a very poor outfield when it comes to throwing. There's not a strong arm in the bunch among Tyner, Wynn, and Grieve. The middle, hit the mound and still got through into center field for a hit. The throw will go to third, and it is wide. Henderson scored. Offerman to third, and Ramirez into second with another run batted in, and a 2-0 Red Sox lead.
25 RBI now for Manny Ramirez. Puts him 2 behind Paul Konerko. Continues to get the job done with men on base. That ball bounced right off the mound into center field. Ill-advised throw here by Randy Wynn. If he goes to second base, he probably keeps the double play in order. Instead, with the throw going through and off the target, Ramirez is able to go into second base. Here comes Henderson around with a second run for the Red Sox.
Al McRae has the infield in tight at the corners, but has the middle infielders playing back. Well, it isn't going to matter for the moment because they're going to intentionally walk Brian Daubach and pitch to the right-handed hitting Shea Hillenbrand.
Al McRae just playing percentages here to load the bases, hoping to get the ground ball double play to get out of the inning.
Already activity in the bullpen. Jorge Sosa. Hard throwing young right-hander. So Hillenbrand with a chance to bust it open early. Shea popped out and foul ground near the Red Sox dugout to the first baseman Steve Cox leading off last inning. 2 runs on 4 hits for Boston. No runs, no hits, and an error for Tampa Bay. Shea has not hit a grand slam in his relatively brief major league career. He's 2 for 3 with the bases loaded this year. Now 3 for 4. Base hit and left. They'll all move up 90 feet. It's 3-0. Offerman scored from third. And Hillenbrand has his 21st run batted into the year.
For the most part, Shea's been laying off the first pitch this season, and recently has been getting a lot of breaking balls. Well, that time he jumps on the first pitch, a hard line drive to left field, and everybody can advance just 1 base.
Well, McRae with a relatively quick hook here, as he's on his way to get James and bring in Jorge Sosa. The Red Sox up 3-0 in the third and threatening to add to that lead. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Bounce any checks lately? These days banks can charge up to $30 a pop. But what about those checks you have to write? Call or go to moneymutual.com. We have the largest network of short-term lenders who could get you up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. No more bounced checks, no collection calls, no shut-off of services. Just be 18 or older with a minimum income of $800 a month. For short-term cash when you need it fast, go to moneymutual.com or call 1-800-585-CASH now.
I will throw more complete games. I will make it hail in the bleachers. I will let Beast Mode off his leash. I will shatter records. Beast Mode never sleeps. I will make my glove golden. I'll throw 107. I will lead the league in triples. Yeah, you will. I will take away center field. I will be Mr. Everything.
Hello, friend. I'm Pat Boone. I'm here to tell you about the popular government-insured program that's designed for your generation. If you're a homeowner, 62 or over, a reverse mortgage may be the answer you've been looking for. Why don't you call my friends at Security One Lending today for your free information kit that includes an informational DVD and the top 10 things to know about a reverse mortgage. It explains how you can stay in your own home, eliminate your house payment, and use the money for anything from paying bills to enjoying your retirement years.
Not having to make a house payment and being able to bank that money was important to us so we could be able to retire and feel comfortable about it.
Call now for your free information kit and start making your dreams finally come true. There's no obligation, so call now.
Call 1-800-600-6931 for your free information kit. That's 1-800-600-6931. Call now.
New pitcher is Jorge Sosa.
First 6 professional seasons, he was an outfielder, converted to a pitcher last year in the Seattle organization, was a Rule 5 player taken by the Brewers, and then the Rays picked him up on March 18th, making his 8th appearance overall.
He is a hard thrower and rushed it up there in the mid-90s. That one's 93 and outside to Jason Varitek. He grounded to second last inning. 2 runs in this inning. The Red Sox lead 3-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. The infield at double play depth, playing even with the bags at the corners. And a strike from Sosa. Jason is 3 for 3 this year with the bases loaded. 14 for 54 in his career. Still looking for his first major league grand slam. Tough pitch. Just above the knees and over the outside part of the plate.
This kind of arm, you can certainly see why they converted him to a pitcher.
Ripped to right. Over the head of Grieve and into the stands on a hop. A ground rule double for Varitek that drives in 2 more. And the Red Sox lead 5-0. He hit a bullet, and if it had just a little bit more on it, it would have been his first Major League grand slam. Ramirez and Daubach have crossed the plate, and on the play, Hillenbrand went to third.
Red Sox making a bid to end this one early here this afternoon. Fastball again, this time Varitek all over it. A 1 hop over the wall into the bleachers. Varitek picks up his 8th and 9th RBI of the season. One thing about a guy that's converted from an outfielder pitcher, you would have to think his best pitch is his fastball. Has not yet been able to refine a lot of breaking pitches.
Infield in now for the Devil Rays, and Nixon takes a strike on the outside corner. Trot doubled off the wall in center field in the 2nd inning. He's the 8th batter of the 3rd, still just 1 out. And he pops it up. Abernathy. 2 outs. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Number 13, the second baseman.
Sean McDonough and Jerry Remy were at Fenway Park for Kids Opening Day. Delighted to have you with us on our stations throughout New England. Today's telecast produced by Russ Ken, directed by John Wilson. Our associate producer, Dave Corris. Here's Ray Sanchez, who flied to center to end the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. Had a breaking ball.
Yeah, pretty good slider there, Sean. Sharp break to it.
Little lob, shallow center. Randy Wynn can't get it. Played it on a hop. 2 more runs cross the plate. Hillenbrand and Daubach in. A blip hit for Sanchez to make it 7-0.
Well, the Red Sox have certainly kept Randy Wynn busy out there in center field, going back toward the wall, charging the ball. This time just traps it. A curveball again from Sosa toward the end of the bat, and it'll just bloop right into center field. So a big 2-out base hit by Sanchez gives the Red Sox the 7-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. Nice effort by Randy Wynn. Can't quite come up with it.
First multiple RBI game for Sanchez since opening day, when he drove in 2 runs against Toronto. 9 ribbies on the year now for Ray. Here's Ricky Henderson, who started the inning with a single high off the wall in left center. He scored the first of the 6 runs that have crossed the plate in this inning. Ricky homered into the screen and left in the first. 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Good fastball there. He threw it by Ricky.
93 miles an hour on that fastball up around the letters. Sosa last year pitched in A-ball, Everett, in the Seattle organization.
He was selected as the most valuable pitcher in their entire minor league system. Made the Northwest League All-Star team. He's 23 years old in his 8th year in pro baseball, so you do the math. From the Dominican Republic, Abernathy throws him out, and that ends the inning. But a big inning for Boston. 6 runs. And the Red Sox lead 7-0 after 3.
Know what's even smarter than getting a smartphone? Selling your old phone at usell.com. All I did was go to usell.com, type in my phone, then answered a few simple questions like, is it working? Yes. Do you have accessories? Yes. And boom, bam, ha! I got tons of offers from tons of different companies. It's like having my own auctioneer fight for me online. $45, $50, $55, $59 sold. $59 cash for this. And newer phones, you can get up to $200. Cha-ching! Who doesn't need cash? I know I do. Don't let this nice vest fool you. Usell.com gets you the best price with their max cash guarantee. You find a better price elsewhere, they'll pay you the difference. The thing is, you want to do it now, because these things lose their value every day. Usell.com will get you cash for a whole lot more, like tablets, cameras, gaming devices, MP3 players, and a whole lot more. Usell.com, the smart way to turn your old cell phone into cash to help you pay for your new phone. Quick search, more choice, more cash. Usell.com.
People really love Snapshot from Progressive. But don't just listen to me. Listen to these happy Progressive customers.
I plugged in Snapshot, and 30 days later, I was saving big on car insurance.
I was worried it would be hard to install, but it's really easy.
The better I drive, the more I save.
I wish our company had something this cool. Yeah. You're not filming this, are you?
Aw, camera shy. Snapshot from Progressive.
Plug into the savings you deserve with Snapshot from Progressive.
This is more than a new day, a fresh start, or a new cap. This is opening night on baseball's biggest stage, where last year becomes history and next year becomes now. Opening night, Cardinals Marlins, Wednesday at 7 on ESPN. Telecast presented by Burger King.
Big lead now for Derek Lowe, 7-0. The Red Sox scored 6 in the third. Wynn tried to bunt his way on and bunted it foul.
We'll probably get a chance to see Randy Johnson this year, along with Kirk Schilling. As interleague play, we go out west. Only team we don't face in the West is the San Francisco Giants.
Instead of playing the National League East teams again this year in interleague play, the American League East will play the National League West. And the Arizona Diamondbacks will be here at Fenway Park on the weekend of June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Colorado also comes here. The Red Sox will play at San Diego and at Los Angeles. And they'll maintain what is considered to be their natural rivalry with Atlanta. It's the way baseball protected some of these series that have drawn big numbers. They want the Yankees to keep playing the Mets, the Dodgers to keep playing Anaheim, and that sort of thing.
White Sox, Cubs.
Yes. So designated one rivalry. In the case of the Red Sox, it's the Braves. Two and two on Randy Wynn. Strike three, pitch at the knees. Wynn didn't like the call from Steve Ripley. Lowe has his second strikeout.
Lowe can get left-handers out that way because of the action of his fastball. Sinking fastball that will tail back. He'll throw it inside against the lefties and hope that it tails back on the inside corner. Close pitch. Randy Wynn certainly didn't think it was a strike.
Steve Cox looked at ball one outside. He grounded a short in the first inning. That's well struck to right. Nixon on the run makes the catch in the corner. Hit hard by Cox, but Nixon able to run it down.
Nixon made a spectacular play early in the game last night, diving on the warning track to make a catch. This time does not have to dive, but covers a lot of ground. Here's the play last night. Same area, but that time a dive on the warning track. So he saved some extra bases in this series with some fine defensive play.
Lowe threw strike one to Toby Hall. He grounded to third in the second inning. 7 runs, 7 hits for Boston. No runs, no hits for Tampa Bay. Here in the top of the fourth. Chopped to second. Sanchez backed up on it. Still had time to get Hall. Doesn't run very well. An easy 9-pitch inning for Lowe. Made easy because of the fine defense and right by Nixon. 7-0 Red Sox in the fourth.
There's a lot of home improvement centers out there, but does paying more for less mower really improve anything? That's why Sears brought the latest Craftsman line here to put our money where our mouth is. Welcome to the turf war. Compare any Craftsman tractor, mower, or trimmer to any other brand, and we guarantee Sears has the lowest price. You won't find a better deal there or there. And if you do, we'll match it and give you up to $100 to spend on anything at Sears. It's a turf war because your lawn is worth fighting for. Want proof? See our prices and theirs at Sears.com/compare.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
4 #1 seeds land in Denver with mile-high dreams. First, the Huskies and the Irish meet again. This time, title hopes are on the line. Then, Brittany Griner and Baylor are 2 wins away from a historic 40-0 season. But they'll have to overcome Stanford's Sister Act and the Cardinals' championship drive. The Women's Basketball Championship, Final Four. UConn Notre Dame at 6:30. Stanford Baylor at 8:30. Sunday on ESPN.
Revamped rotations, big acquisitions, impact players. Get ready for opening day with Baseball Tonight.
You gonna get some of those candy bars? Actually, you had nothing to do with it, though. Russ Ken should get the candy bars, some of them.
Why not?
John Wilson.
Mr. Last night we had a bunch of very good chocolate chip cookies sent up to the booth.
By whom, do you know?
A nice family that was here from Sudbury. And
what does he get if he gets on more than once?
2 candy bars. And maybe a toothbrush to take care of those cavities after.
Every kid in the class is going to owe him a candy bar. In the dirt. Jorge Sosa in relief of Delvin James. James went 2 1/3 innings and was charged with 6 runs, all earned on 5 hits. He walked 1, struck out 1, gave up a homer, committed a balk. Sosa's been charged with 1 run on 2 hits in 2/3 of an inning. Check swing and a foul ball. Offerman, Garcia, Parra, and Ramirez coming up. Cold foul. Sosa is one of 3 Rule 5 players that the Devil Rays have on their roster right now. Steve Kent, a left-handed pitcher, and the shortstop Escalona. They're also Rule 5 players. And they're drafted out of the minor leagues of another organization, and they have to stay for the entire season on the major league club of the team that took them away, or they have to be offered back to the organization from which they were selected for cash considerations. 3-2 pitch almost took Sosa's head off. Ripped up the middle by Offerman. His first hit, but he's on base for the 3rd time.
I think those are the times there where he probably wished he was back in the outfield instead of on the pitcher's mound. A lot less reaction time. Watch how close this comes to getting Sosa. Just gets the head out of the way in time.
Sosa had 5 consecutive scoreless outings before the Red Sox touched him up for a run last inning. They're coming right back after him again here in the 4th after sending 10 men to the plate in the 3rd. Garcia Parra has twice flied to center. 0 for 2. Foul ball off 3rd. Nomar is the only Red Sox player who has not reached base.
Crowds have certainly been amazing here at Fenway this season. Sellouts every day, even on those cold nights like last night. Still a full house here at Fenway Park.
Fastball runs up and in. Nomar's had 17 streaks now in his career of 10 games or more. He had a 20-game hit streak to end the 2000 season. Of course, missed almost all of last season. Hits that in the air in left center. Randy Wynn looking up. That ball's off the wall. Coming into third and being waved around is Offerman. And he will score without a throw on a double by Garciaparra. It's 8-0. Nomar's hitting 12 games in a row now.
Nomar has 3 home runs on the season, but easily could have 6. He missed a couple up in Toronto, hit the top of the wall. This very close off the wall in left field.
The left fielder.
I think he was surprised last time up. The ball didn't carry that far. This time he plants it off that left field wall and picks up his 14th RBI of the season. Al McRae making another visit out to the pitcher's mound. No action in the bullpen for the Devil Rays.
14 ribbies now for Nomar. McRae out to talk with another young pitcher and a 24-year-old starter. Now the 23-year-old Rule 5 player out of the bullpen, Sosa, on the mound. Here's Ramirez. Ball one high. Manny singled to center to not get a run and scored last inning. He's 1 for 2. This is third at bat, and all 3 of them he's been up with men in scoring position. He grounded out in the first. His RBI in the third inning. Manny now has 48 career lifetime runs batted in against Tampa Bay. That's more than any other player. 2 more than Jason Giambi. Ball 3 up and away. Pitching very carefully to Manny with first base open. Brian Daubach on deck. 8-0 Boston. They're out hitting the Devil Rays 9-0, and he wanted no part of Manny. That might have been what the conversation was about with Hal McRae.
Manny picks up his 20th walk. It puts him 1 behind Carlos Delgado for the lead in the American League. Sounds like Manny knows every time he's up there with first base open, they got to be pitching around him.
Travis Harper in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Red Sox pouring it on the Devil Rays here this afternoon, leading 8-0 in the fourth. With 2 men on and nobody out. Daubach was intentionally walked to load the bases in the third inning, a move that did not pay off as Shea Hillenbrand followed with a base hit to left and not going to run. Daubach wound up scoring last inning. He struck out on a called third strike in the first. Outside. 1-1. Now, certainly at 9-12, Tampa Bay's off to a respectable start, but they've had a relatively easy schedule too. Now they're in the midst of 14 straight games against Minnesota and the Red Sox. 17 games in a row they'll play against teams over 500. It'll be difficult for them to maintain their pace as the schedule gets tougher for them. Now about halfway through the game over at the Fleet Center, and Montreal still leads 2-0 in the first period goals by Lindsay and Petrov. It's game 5 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals, best of 7 series. The two teams tied at 2 wins apiece. Play to the left, still the ball and 2 strikes on Dahlbach.
When's your next hockey game?
I don't know right now. I'm sort of waiting to see how it unfolds. I'm on call.
You've been doing a lot of traveling recently and a lot of early morning flights.
Yes, sir. Do a game, go to bed, get up, fly somewhere, do another game, go to bed, get up, fly somewhere, do a game. In the last 2 weeks, strike 3. Ripley rings him up. On a pitch on the outside corner. It's the first strikeout for Jorge Sosa.
Trying something different this inning with a few changeups now mixed in. Generous call that time by the home plate umpires. Ripley,
who seemed to ponder it for a moment before ringing up Dahlbach. It's the first out of the inning. Here's Shea Hillenbrand, 1 for 2 today. Fastball for a strike. Hillenbrand had that bases loaded single to left and not going to run. Last inning he came around to score. He popped out and foul ground in the second. Chased one about eye high and lined it foul out of play down by the pesky pole. The Red Sox will see a left-handed starter in the series finale tomorrow at 1 o'clock here on Fox 25 and our Red Sox network. Joe Kennedy will go for Tampa Bay and Frank Castillo for Boston. Got a hanger and tries to dump it in shallow center. It's caught by Wynn, and they're going to double Garcia-Parra second base. A double play to end the inning. After 4, 8-0 Boston.
Bounce any checks lately? These days, banks can charge up to $30 a pop. But what about those checks you have to write? Call or go to moneymutual.com. We have the largest network of short-term lenders who could get you up to $1,000 in your checking account by tomorrow. No more bounce checks, no collection calls, no shut-off of services. Just be 18 or older with a minimum income of $800 a month. For short-term cash when you need it fast, go to moneymutual.com or call 1-800-585-CASH now.
Bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. 2 outs, full count. Longoria steps to the plate. Victory. Bautista steps up to the plate. The crowd is on their feet. Here comes the pitch. He swings. That ball's deep. Going. And the outfielder gets under it. Perfect game.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann, and no matter what stadium I'd broadcast from, I would always have to find the closest bathroom, just in case I had that sudden urge to go. My prostate was giving me fits.
But then I heard about Super Beta Prostate's nationwide million-bottle giveaway, and I got a free bottle. What a difference it made. I don't have to go as often, and I don't have to get up at night as much. Now I wake up refreshed and ready to tackle anything. Super Beta Prostate has sold over 5 million bottles. You have to take 100 saw palmetto capsules to get the same amount of beta-cytosterol as you would from just one Super Beta Prostate tablet.
If you want a stronger urine flow and a more complete emptying of your bladder,
I recommend Super Beta Prostate.
Don't accept the issues that come with an aging prostate. Get Super Beta Prostate today. It works for me during the day and at night.
Call now and we'll send every new customer a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Just pay shipping and handling. Call 800-517-1371. 800-517-1371.
Eric Lowe, with that excellent sinker, has the Devil Rays pounding the ball into the ground. 8 ground outs. He's faced only one more than the minimum through the first 4 innings on a walk to Brent Abernathy back in the 3rd. Ben Grieve grounded to second base in the 2nd. That was a 1-2-3 inning when all 3 outs were ground outs. Curveball just missed, 1-1. Grieve, Vaughn, and Abernathy. 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up. Another ball on the ground, and Sanchez threw him out. Well, 10:28 of the 2nd period. Sergei Samsonov has the Bruins on the board. Montreal still leads 2-1 at the Fleet Center, just a couple of miles from Fenway Park.
Yeah, we could see the roof lifting from here on that goal. I guess to say it was pretty active in the Celtic game the other night.
Yeah, and for all those years we heard about how the Fleet Center was a bland, quiet building. Well, they had nothing to cheer about in that building for most of those years with the Bruins and the Celtics.
All you need is some playoff games.
That's all you need, a little excitement. And certainly both teams are providing that now. It's all happening at the same time. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, now the Bruins and Celtics. It's Winterville.
And it's good for talk shows.
Yes, it is. You have anyone in particular in mind?
I think there was one on 1510, The Zone, something like that. Keep you guys busy.
Yes. Lots to talk about. Everybody yesterday wanted to talk about Kyle McLaren. The 0-2 pitch. Vaughn is just outside. You would think that the Devil Rays, and there were a lot of rumors, would try to unload Vaughn. He's certainly not part of the youth movement. He makes a lot of money. $8.5 million this season, but they haven't been able to find any takers. Numbers have been dropping off. And as we mentioned earlier, the lowest batting average in the major leagues right now among qualifiers. We're hoping he'll hit his way out of it. He pops that up. It'll be close. Hillenbrand has it. The wind helped bring that back. And there are 2 down here in the 5th.
I thought last year maybe Greg Vaughn would be picked up by somebody halfway through the season to add some offensive punch. But then Fred McGriff, and they had to really talk him out of leaving Tampa Bay. He enjoyed playing there. And McGriff eventually agreed to a deal with the Chicago Cubs, but it took a while for that to be completed.
McGriff's from Tampa. Had some family issues, didn't want to move. Breaking ball way outside, dug out of the dirt by Veritek. Abernathy reached on a walk, and Johnson fall with a ground out, in which Abernathy was forced at second. They're the only Rays who have been on base in this game. Yeah. 8-0 Boston in the 5th. Late swing and a foul tip into the middle of Veritek. Ball and 2 strikes on Abernathy. We talk about how young the Devil Rays team is, and you look at him, he's a very young looking guy, Abernathy. Brent is 24 years old. Chops that down to first. Offerman flips to Lowe for the out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Derek Lowe. Red Sox lead 8-0. They're out hitting the Devil Rays 9-0. halfway through the game.
There's a new breakthrough for men experiencing hair loss. Introducing the new Extreme Laser Comb from Hair Club. It's quick, easy, and affordable. And the Extreme Laser Comb is revolutionary. Here's how it works. DHT forms around the hair follicle, which shortens the lifespan of your hair. The Extreme Laser Comb combats hair loss, causing the hair follicle to grow thicker, stronger hair. This new technology is FDA cleared and clinically proven to work in 93% of candidates. Call now for more information and get this free info kit mailed to you in a discreet envelope. Hair Club is the largest hair restoration provider, offering all proven hair loss solutions, non-surgical biomatrix process, hair transplants, hair therapies, and now the Extreme Laser Comb.
Hair Club is not about one tool. It's about all proven hair loss solutions. What separates us from all the other hair loss companies is that only Hair Club provides all the proven technologies and solutions for hair loss that are available.
Imagine looking in the mirror and turning back time with more hair. Call now to see if you're a candidate. Call this number to get more information on the Extreme Laser Comb and all other proven options to get your hair back. Just look at these amazing results from Hair Club's many proven options.
I found myself wearing hats all the time. And if someone out there has that same feeling, they need to go call Hair Club right now because it's changed my life completely. I'm very excited about my hair.
He was a good-looking guy before, but with his hair now, it's just this newfound confidence, and there's a glow about him you just can't match.
Hair Club provides customized hair loss solutions based on your age and type of hair loss. With locations nationwide, there's a Hair Club center near you.
What's important is how you feel about yourself and how you look. And if you want to look better, and if you want to feel better about yourself, Hair Club is the way to go.
I'd look in the back and I'd start seeing thinning, and then it just kept falling out. Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Call for a free hair analysis and you could have more hair in as little as 4 weeks. Hair Club, America's hair loss expert since 1976. Call now for your free info kit and free hair analysis.
This is opening night on baseball's biggest stage, where last year becomes history and next year becomes now. Opening night, Cardinals-Marlins, Wednesday at 7 on ESPN.
This is Brian Dahlbeck and Trot Nixon, your points leader. And we're going to pick, these are our picks for the NASCAR California 500. I'm going with Kurt Busch today.
And, you know, since I'm way back, I'm going with a guy that had no luck all season. So I'm going with Dale Jarrett. Hopefully we both turn around together.
Good pick, Brian.
Those two become hams now after 4 or 5 weeks of making the picks.
Nixon's feeling pretty good about himself.
Did you notice they incorrectly identified themselves?
Yes.
But they didn't carry that out throughout the whole episode there.
They practiced that in the locker room. They wanted to throw a little different twist on things today.
We were paying attention. They're not sneaking that by us. Yes, Johnson gone on 3 pitches. So Lowe continues to mow down the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. That's his 3rd strikeout. For the most part, he's had the great sinker and getting the ground outs, but he's had the occasional K as well.
It's a little bit like his first outing against the Baltimore Orioles, where he only allowed 1 hit in 7 innings to the Orioles. No hits allowed here into the 6th inning.
Strike 1, says the first base umpire Gary Darling on the first pitch to Felix Escalona, the shortstop who grounded to 3rd in the 3rd. He's another Rule 5 player, Venezuelan, just 23 years old. Strike 2. Lowe in one of those grooves now. He just wants the ball back, get up on the rubber and throw the next pitch. 6th inning, 8-0 Boston. 1 out, the base is empty. Strike 3.
Great movement again on that fastball from Derek Lowe. Watch it start outside and then tail back to pick up the corner. It's a pitch the right-hander quits on. You look back and it's in the strike zone.
Back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts for Lowe. 42 of his 63 pitches have been strikes today. And he gets the call on the backdoor breaking ball to Jason Tyner, who was struck out and grounded to 1st. 1-1. And a ball outside.
Hillenbrand in close at third just in case of the possible bunt by Tyner.
Strike two. Would it be considered bad form in this situation, down by 8 runs, given the situation Lowe's involved in right now, if the other team tried to bunt for a hit?
Yeah, I would not do it now. I mean, if a little closer ball game, obviously you're trying to get on base any way you can, and they're still trying to get on base. But as a weapon, I would put that one in my back pocket right now.
3-2 pitch. He struck him out. He struck out the side in the 6th inning. After 5.5, the Red Sox 8, the Devil Rays nothing. The hits are 9-0 in favor of Boston.
Picking the right car insurance is easy. You start with 2 identical cars with the same coverage. One through Progressive, the other through 21st Century. Both cars are covered, so both cars get repaired. But drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $550 a year. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Insurance. Dig it, 21st. 21st Century Insurance here with 2 identical cars, or what used to be cars. One was covered by them, the other by 21st. There's been some damage. Both were covered against total loss, so both cars can be replaced. Here's the difference, though. Drivers who switch to 21st save an average of $508 a year. Now, that is a crushing blow. Call 888-602-2121. 21st Century Auto Insurance. Dig it, 21st.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
Derek Lowe's first pitch of the 7th, a strike to Randy Wynn. Derek's faced 1 over the minimum through 6 innings. The only Tampa Bay base runner as a result of a leadoff walk to Brent Abernathy in the 3rd. 0-2. Wynn has fly to center and struck out. Lowe struck out the side last inning. He's retired 12 in a row since the walk in the 3rd. Wynn. One about eye high and smoked the foul ball off to the left.
Veritek put that target up high. They wanted the high fastball. Wynn chased it, fouled it off.
Wynn, Cox, and Hall, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. And another strikeout. Veritek has to throw down to first to Offerman for the out. 4 strikeouts in a row now for Lowe.
All his pitches working today. The sinking fastball, able to locate it. The curveball. Strikeout here on the curveball. Nice play by Veritek. He'll chase Randy Wynn for a while. Finally throw to first base to record the out.
Steve Cox.
Six Ks for Lowe. Steve Cox took a ball low. He has rounded to short and lined to right. A nice running catch made by Trot Nixon in the fourth, about as close as they've come. Off from into Lowe, 2 down in the seventh.
Number 44, the catcher, Toby Hall.
Here's Toby Hall, who is grounded to third and to second. Hits it on the ground, foul, wide of third. Eight runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Boston. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for Tampa Bay. In the seventh inning, that looked pretty good. Steve Ripley called it a ball, 1-1. In the air in right center, Nixon is there. He makes the catch. Derek Lowe through the seventh inning. With the Red Sox still out hitting the Devil Rays 10-0. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
There's a lot of home improvement centers out there, but does paying more for less mower really improve anything? That's why Sears brought the latest Craftsman line here, to put our money where our mouth is. Welcome to the turf war. Compare any Craftsman tractor, mower, or trimmer to any other brand, and we guarantee Sears has the lowest price. You won't find a better deal there or there. And if you do, we'll match it and give you up to $100 to spend on anything at Sears. It's a turf war, because your lawn is worth fighting for. Want proof? See our prices and theirs at Sears.com/compare.
I will throw more complete games. I will make it hail in the bleachers. I will let Beast Mode off his leash. I will shatter records. Beast Mode never sleeps. I will make my glove golden. I'll throw 107. I will lead the league in triples. Yeah, you will. I will take away center field. I will be Mr. Everything.
Believe it or not, this is a catheter. It's the new SpeedyCath Compact for women. Now available from Liberator Medical with full Medicare and private insurance reimbursement. Stay tuned for an exciting free offer. But first, meet Julie.
You know when you leave the house and you say, okay, I have my phone, I have my keys, I have my wallet, I'm good to go? Now I always have to think of a catheter because I can't go without it. SpeedyCath came into my life and it is life-changing. They're tiny and thin and you can fit them in your back pocket. You can fit them anywhere you need them. This is a lipstick or lip gloss and this is the size of it. With this you're only touching the outer plastic and you're never actually in contact with the catheter itself. You just really have to give a sample. That's all it needs is one sample and everyone's going to want them.
Now, here's that free offer I promised. Call Liberator Medical. Get your free SpeedyCath Compact sample 6-pack. Shipping is free.
1-800-654-9073. 1-800-654-9073.
Heading to the top of the eighth here at Fenway Park. Derek Lowe trying to make it a very memorable kids opening day. He has dominated the Devil Rays. They've had just one base runner in the ball game on a leadoff walk in the third inning. Lowe's retired 15 in a row since then. His first pitch of the eighth, a strike to Ben Grieve, who was twice grounded to second base. In the second and fifth innings, Greg Vaughn on deck, then Brent Abernathy. In the air in left. Ramirez with room has it. The fans well aware of what is happening here.
Number 23, the designated.
And you can feel the tension and the anticipation hanging in the air. Greg Vaughn chops one foul. He is 0 for 2. Has grounded out and popped out and foul ground both times to the third baseman Hillenbrand.
With every out made from the last inning, the cheers get louder and louder for Derek Lowe.
It's the 18th first pitch strike of 24 hitters he's faced. Little pop up, that's playable, and foul ground for Offerman. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Of course, Lowe has been down this road before in this season, his first start of the year in Baltimore. The Orioles went into the 8th inning. He walked the leadoff man, Gibbons, and then Tony Batista hit that memorable roller. Shea Hillenbrand picked it up and threw to first, not in time, spoiling Lowe's outing. And of course, the Red Sox went on to win the game 3-0. As Derek pitched 7+ one-hit innings. Abernathy the batter. That one's just low. 1-1 the count. Abernathy reached base in the 3rd on a leadoff walk, and Russ Johnson followed by reaching on the fielder's choice. They are the only 2 men who have been on base. In essence, it's 1 base runner, 1 over the minimum faced by Lowe to this point. Same spot. A lot of times when you're going as low is, the umpire is a little more generous as the proceedings go along. Those are 2 pitches in a row that easily could have been called strikes, and Veritek had his head turned around talking to Steve Ripley. Curveball for strike 2. Two-2 pitch, just missed. The payoff to Abernathy. Hit on the ground to short. Garciaparra throws him out. After 7.5 innings, the Red Sox 8, Tampa Bay nothing. The hits are 12-0.
There's a new breakthrough for men experiencing hair loss. Introducing the new Extreme Laser Comb from Hair Club. It's quick, easy, and affordable. And the Extreme Laser Comb is revolutionary. Here's how it works. DHT forms around the hair follicle, which shortens the lifespan of your hair. The Extreme Laser Comb combats hair loss, causing the hair follicle to grow thicker, stronger hair. This new technology is FDA cleared and clinically proven to work in 93% of candidates. Call now for more information and get this free info kit mailed to you in a discreet envelope. Hair Club is the largest hair restoration provider, offering all proven hair loss solutions, non-surgical biomatrix process, hair transplants, hair therapies, and now the Extreme Laser Comb.
Hair Club is not about one tool. It's about all proven hair loss solutions. What separates us from all the other hair loss companies is that only Hair Club provides all the proven technologies and solutions for hair loss that are available.
Imagine looking in the mirror and turning back time with more hair. Call now to see if you're a candidate. Call this number to get more information on the Extreme Laser Comb and all other proven options to get your hair back. Just look at these amazing results from Hair Club's many proven options.
I found myself wearing hats all the time. And if someone out there has that same feeling, they need to go call Hair Club right now, because it's changed my life completely. I'm very excited about my hair.
He was a good-looking guy before, but with his hair now, it's just this newfound confidence, and there's a glow about him you just can't match.
Hair Club provides customized hair loss solutions based on your age and type of hair loss. With locations nationwide, there's a Hair Club center near you.
What's important is how you feel about yourself and how you look. And if you want to look better, and if you want to feel better about yourself, Hair Club is the way to go.
I'd looking in the back and I'd start seeing thinning, and then it just kept falling out. Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Call for a free hair analysis and you could have more hair in as little as 4 weeks. Hair Club, America's hair loss expert since 1976. Call now for your free info kit and free hair analysis.
NBA Sunday Showcase doubleheader. Coverage of Bulls Thunder begins at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. Then Heat Celtics, Sunday on ABC.
Red Sox coming up in the 8th, but undoubtedly most of the folks who are here are already looking ahead to the top of the 9th when Derek Lowe will be facing this Devil Ray Ball Club with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. But first, the Red Sox will hit against the new Tampa Bay pitcher, the 5th of the day, the lefty Doug Creek.
10th appearance of the year, made 66 last year, a career high for him. That was the 5th most appearances in Devil Ray history.
Facing the top of the order, and Ricky Henderson. He got the Red Sox off and running in this one quickly with a home run leading off the first. His 80th career leadoff homer, adding to his major league record. Ricky singled and scored again in the 3rd, has grounded out and struck out since. Ball outside, 2-0. Victor Zambrano pitched 1 inning, allowed no runs, 2 hits. He struck out 1. Henderson, Offerman, Garcia Parra. Ball 3.
The only guy probably that'll talk to Derek Lowe in that dugout may be his catcher Jason Varitek. Other than that, they're going to leave him alone.
Three balls and a strike now. Ball 4 was close.
Number 30, the first baseman, Jose Offerman.
Leadoff man on. Red Sox haven't scored since the 4th. They haven't had to. Here's Offerman. He's been on base every time. Reached on an error in the 1st. Has walked, singled, and doubled since. Based on that, he's due for a triple.
8-run lead, obviously. First baseman Steve Cox playing behind Ricky. Ricky will not be running with the 8-run advantage here in the 8th inning.
One and one on Offerman. Two and one. Well, we talked to Derek Lowe after the game he pitched in Baltimore, and he said he really wasn't nervous. He didn't look nervous at any time during that outing. I think that's one of the major changes in him, Jerry, and he knew he needed to do it going into this year. He's always been a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve, very demonstrative in his body language. If things didn't go well, you could see his shoulders drop, and a lot of time he'd be looking down at the dirt. And he made a conscious effort to improve the mental part of his game this year, regardless of what happens. Just deal with it and move on.
Other thing, too, Sean, obviously in that closing role, I mean, the game's on the line on every pitch. And a little bit different as a starter. You can get away with some maybe a bad inning, a couple of mistakes in a game. You still have a chance to win.
Well, I guess this probably won't help him. Well, the Red Sox have had some long innings today, and it hasn't affected him. Back-to-back walks by Creek. And more time for Lowe to sit there and ponder what's ahead.
Jackie Brown, the pitching coach for the Devil Rays, taking over for Bill Fisher, who was here for a couple of years in Tampa. Did a nice job with the Devil Rays staff.
The first 2 men are on, and here's Garcia Parra, who doubled and knocked in a run in the 4th. 1 for 4. He's hitting 12 straight games. 8-0. The Red Sox have the lead in the bottom of the 8th. They are out hitting the Devil Rays 12-0. Tampa Bay has made the game's only error. Break through a fastball by Garcia Parra. Ramirez on deck. to center, in for a hit. Henderson will be waved around by Mike Cubbage. Wins throw, gets by the cutoff man Cox, and on to third goes Offerman. So a 2 for 5 day for Nomar with 2 runs batted in, and the Red Sox lead 9-0.
Nomar missed the fastball on the first pitch, but didn't miss the breaking ball from Doug Creek. A hard line drive to center field. Again, that swing of Nomar, almost no stride, just kind of picks up his heel, puts it back down, and makes contact.
A single for Garcia Parr, and they've charged an error on Cox for failing to come up with that throw. It caromed off his glove and rolled into foul ground. The second Devil Rays error of the game. There's Manny Ramirez. Every time he's been to the plate today, 5 of them now, they've been runners in scoring position for at least one. That's the case now with Offerman at third. And he's 1 for 3, a single in the third that knocked in a run. He scored in that inning. He walked in the fourth. The ball 2-0. Outfield around toward right for Manny. Ball 3. These Tampa Bay pitchers obviously aware of how hot Manny's been lately. He's seen very few good pitches today. Three and one.
Fans love offense, but I think they prefer to say, we got enough runs right now. Let's see Lowe back out on the mound as quick as possible.
And he let it fly. Didn't get to the 92-mile-per-hour fastball.
Almost never happens where Ramirez swings and misses at a pitch from a left-handed pitcher.
Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 run already in. 2 walks, a single, and an error. 3-2 pitch, not close. 3rd walk of the inning for Creek.
Number 23, the designated hitter, Brian Daubach.
Now Daubach. And he singled last inning of Victor Zambrano. Was intentionally walked back in the 3rd and came around to score. He struck out twice, 1 for 3. Batting with the bases loaded. And nobody out. A strike. 0-2.
Sit there on deck. You watch the pitcher battle to throw strikes, having trouble walking 3 guys, and all of a sudden you get to the box and you're down 0-2.
Look out. There's a breaking ball from Creek. Didn't break enough.
That's a couple of years ago. We may have had something there when the Devil Rays were after Daubach after the fight the Red Sox had with him down there in Tampa. That time the ball just slipped right out of his hand.
Swing and a miss. The off-speed pitch. Daubach fans for the 3rd time. That's the first out of the inning.
That's the curveball he was trying to break off on the one that slipped and went over Daubach's head. Good curveball here from Doug Creek. Big strikeout with the bases loaded. Well, I guess as big as it can be when it's 9-0.
Hillenbrand. He was hit by the pitch on a bounce. He was, and he'll take the base. And pick up a run batted in, his second of the ball game. Offerman in, make it an even 10-0 lead for the Red Sox.
Curveball again, and there's no way Hillenbrand could get out of the way of that. Ooh, looks like it got him right off the toe on the left foot.
Here's the 7th batter of the inning. Varitek batting right-handed. He'll wait as Hall, the catcher, does a little work on his equipment. Varitek can relate to that. Jason's at .467 right-handed this year, 7 for 15. Up for the second time today with the bases loaded. He hit a 2-run double to right with the sacks full in the third, and scored during that 6-run inning. Red Sox got 1 in the first, 6 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 here in the 8th. If you're just joining us, they've out-hit the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 13-0 here in the 8th inning. We will not be going to a commercial break as we ordinarily do. And the Red Sox are done batting here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll keep it right here. Let's enjoy the sights and sounds of Fenway Park as Derek Lowe tries to make history. Now the play to the right. The ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and the bases loaded. Garcia Parra at third, Ramirez at second, and Hillenbrand at first. Two and 2. Late swing at a fastball for strike 3. Both outs in the inning have been strikeouts for Creek. He's had quite an inning. He's walked 3 and hit a batter, given up just 1 hit and struck out 2. So far he's given up 2 runs. Derek Lowe's been in the dugout now for 16 minutes. Here's Nixon, 2 for 4. Strike 1. Trout has doubled and singled. His average moving up quickly now, all the way up to 286 with the 2 for 4 today. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 11, including the last 4. 1-1. Out of play to the left. Creek's a well-traveled veteran. He's been in the St. Louis, San Francisco, White Sox, Cubs, and Devil Rays organizations, and he also pitched in Japan in 1998. Georgia Tech University in that school's Hall of Fame. Strike 3, borderline pitch. So Creek had 3 strikeouts in the inning, but also gave up 2 runs on 3 walks, a hit batter, and 1 hit. We go to the top of the 9th. We'll keep it right here with the Red Sox leading 10-0. Trying to give John Henry the most memorable moment of his brief reign as Red Sox owner. Through 8 innings, just 89 pitches. and 60 of them strikes, regularly pouring in the first pitch strikes. Just one base runner for the Devil Rays on a leadoff walk to Brent Abernathy. And really, Jerry, nothing all that close to spoiling it up to this point for Derek Lowe. That running catch by Nixon was a nice play. I don't think you'd categorize it as a great play, but it was a nice running catch on a ball that looked like it might drop in when it left the bat.
Yeah, that's probably the closest thing to Sean. The other one, the last out of last inning, a ground ball to Nomar, almost took a bad hop on Garciaparra, but he was able to make the catch and get the out at first base. But yeah, it's been pretty clean for Derek Lowe. Make sure everybody's got your sunglasses down. You don't want to have a fly ball lost in the sun. No clouds to help out today. Dive for every ground ball possible.
The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Tampa Bay here in the 9th. Russ Johnson leads off, and Lowe's first pitch a strike.
See Ripley's call. He made that call before the ball even got to the catcher's mitt.
Little flare, caught by Sanchez. You could hear a collective groan as that one left the bat. Looked like it might be a little dangerous looper in a shallow right center, but Johnson got very little of it. And Sanchez only a step or two onto the outfield grass to make the catch for the first out of the 9th. Red Sox lead 10-0. Out hitting the Devil Rays 13-0. Swing and a miss by Felix Escalona. The number 9 hitter and Tampa Bay shortstop is grounded at third and was called out on strikes in the 6th. Lowe working quickly as he has all day. Fly ball left center. Ricky Henderson makes the running catch. Henderson starting in center field in a major league game for the first time since July 30th of 1998. Called upon to make a difficult running catch under pressure.
Ricky got a great jump on that ball. Looked like it had a chance to drop in.
Lowe ready to go right back to work. Jason Tyler takes a curveball for strike 1. He's 0 for 3. Has struck out twice and grounded at first. 2 outs, 9th inning. 10-0 Boston. The hit's 13-0. Strike 2 on the outside corner. The 0-2 to Tyner. Hoping he'd chase that one. Veritek set up high. One and 2. Just missed. Lowe trying to do what no pitcher has done at Fenway Park since 1965. And Dave Moorhead of the Red Sox accomplished a rarity against Cleveland. The 2-2 pitch. Bounced right to Sanchez. On the first, a no-hitter for Derek Lowe. The Red Sox first no-hitter since